My name's Robert Sanderson. I'm the head of geography at the King's School Canterbury, and we as a school have been coming here to Morocco for maybe 20 years. Myself personally, I've been coming for 14 years, and we've absolutely valued it hugely. It's been a tremendous success, and it goes without saying really that we keep returning every year. The younger ones are very keen to come to Morocco. They've heard all the good stories, and I think what probably sells it to them is the fact that it is an incredibly contrasting trip of deserts, mountains and cities, and we really show a hugely different environment to the one that they're used to.
We had a really amazing experience in Morocco, especially in Marrakesh, which was one of my favourite parts of the entire trip. The tour, we went to a lot of different places that we probably wouldn't have seen.
Ashura is a festival which is celebrated by playing on drums on the part of children and young people.
A trip with Discover Limited is a school trip with a difference.
You pay for the baking service £1 dirham. And that's why people tend to make a lot of bread.
Rather than observing the lives of the people of the country, we get to experience the culture as well as being part of what they do on a daily basis.
I think Morocco is really cool. That's really different.
My name's Sonia and I'm a guide for Discover, and I've worked for Discover for 14 years now. Wow. Mainly it's just a complete pleasure for me to come on these trips. The variety is amazing, and especially coming here to Imlil and then trekking around this area, it's magical.
We've had a great trek so far. The weather is gorgeous, clear skies, high pressure. We're really lucky. Good times.
I mean, you see some changes here, but also there's a sense of such a continuation here. Coming here, the people that work in the area, the welcome that Discover always get here, it's really like family coming here. And I think when the teachers and the students come here and really feel that sense of family, it gives a completely different experience from just a normal touristic experience. There's always such a welcoming, you know, the Berber welcoming, you know, the orange blossom in the hands and the dates as you come through the door. You know, it's a sense that you're not just here as a tourist, and you're really being welcomed by the culture here, and it's a beautiful culture here in the mountains.
My name's James Grime. I'm a geography teacher at Lancing College. The school's been coming to Marrakesh and Imlil with Discover for over 10 years now. The guides are always extremely friendly, very, very, very knowledgeable. Each year I see Ali. Everyone knows who he is in every single village, and yeah, the Berber hospitality is really obvious everywhere we go.
It's amazing trekking. It's also trekking that's, you know, it's not so tough. So really, all the students can manage the treks, and we often go into one of two villages, either Tashdirt, where we went with the group just yesterday, and also Tinorin. And there you sort of stay in, you know, sort of Berber accommodation and just have these fantastic views just over the other valleys. And yeah, just sort of eat picnics on the way. Everyone just loves these picnics, and all the mountain guides, they just sort of create this feast from nowhere. And yeah, it's really amazing to come here.
The Casbah, where do I start? A Moroccan castle. If it's good enough for Madonna, it's good enough for us, I suppose. yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic. It's a wonderful opportunity to get up in these incredible surroundings, and the bunk rooms that the students have, they absolutely love that experience. And then when we go through the villages and when we stop off and the mint tea, and it's just it's something very, very, very different for them.
Because if you come from one of these villages, life is quite tough, and especially if you're a girl, you'll be expected to do all the domestic duties, cleaning, taking care of the children. You wouldn't even get time to study even if you were at school. So when they go down to these boarding houses that we'll visit tomorrow, it's like a whole new world of freedom and the actual opportunity to learn. Since the project began in 2007, where we had 10 girls going to school for the first time, there are now 168 girls going to school, and we also have 18 girls at university and 20 girls looking likely to join university next year. So the impact is very quick and yeah, incredibly effective. I would say this part of the Discover trip is a really central part because of the connection Discover has with this area. You know, because of that sense of family, and because Discover has really been here. It's been in Morocco for over 30 years, so it really is, there's a long-term relationship here, and especially here in the mountains, that's really felt very strongly. So yeah, it's a time in the trip where I think everyone is just touched very deeply by the beauty of the nature, the welcoming of the people, and it's a time to really take everything in. Everything that I'm sure the teachers want the students to take in on a trip like this, to just be blown away by the nature and to realise that, yeah, there's just so much out there in the world to discover.
So my name's Mike, and I feel very privileged to be one of the Discover guides. And for me, one of the most magic parts of the Discover experience is to make the journey into the desert, to take camels and go out into the desert, and to have the adventure of experiencing Berber hospitality, to have the experience of having a window into Berber life, because for me that is a real privilege. So to be able to sleep under the stars, to be able to gather around the fire, to be able to cook some simple food within the fire after having had a big feast all together, and then to enjoy the Berber music is a really magical experience, and one that I think is definitely life-changing.
For me, it's all about people. It's giving that opportunity to show the young ones from England what life is like in a completely different culture, a totally different economic bracket to the one that they're used to, but also be aware of this one world, one village situation, the fact that we are all together and we're all humans.
Another thing that I really value about the trips with Discover is that there's such good relationships with the community, and there are so many opportunities throughout the whole trip to enjoy these great relationships that have been built up over many years. So to go and see potters at work at the cooperative pottery and see the process of things being made and being able to take home a gift from that feels like something really good is being supported. And similarly, to go and see families that have been working with silver and making jewellery over such a long time, and to be able to see things being made is something that is really special.
We build friendships here too. So Ibrahim from the desert, we've now known for 14 years or so, and then Abdul and Mustafa up in the mountains, and Khalid we've just had here as our guide, and Tammy, the hotel owner. And all those people, I'm really beginning to build friendships with the school and with the people here in Morocco.
The greatest thing in life is to discover our connection to the world and each other. So embrace this life, let it be a true discovery, an adventure into real learning and the best that it can be. Discover the magic of the Berber Desert Fire Circle. See the Atlas Mountain vista with your very own eyes. Trek over high passes, through valley villages, ride a camel caravan desert bound to sleep under starry skies. From the first call to prayer before the sun to its setting at the end of the day, lace up your boots, pack your bags, and with smiles and laughter, let the guides lead the way. Discover new cultures, Islamic, desert, mountain and city life. Discover your own culture anew, our grand houses with running water, free from much of life's strife. And be open to discover much more in this magical land, to learn something priceless that you might not have planned. You'll see life's precious, and its days run through your hands like grains of golden sand. That all of life's amazing, but can't be held in your hands. You'll see that wherever we're born just the same, no matter our culture, language or name. That we're all living life together as one, all born to the same earth, under one moon and one sun. Whether high in African mountains and the Sahara Desert, or the ancient souks of Marrakesh, the greatest discovery is that we're all living connected. Whatever our culture or religion, we're united as one, you and me.
Discover are just tremendous. They really are spot on. We've made great friends with Sonia and Mike. We started with Kate, with Sidi Mohammed and Hillary, and we've really made some really strong friends now with the Discover team. And I know I can certainly give my life to them because they have led these trips tremendously.
In all moments we're connected, and in caring we play our part. In our own way saying peace to you, salam, hand on heart. So adventure into living a world of peace between one another. This is the real world you can choose to see, shape and discover.